Alright, this isn't like a first impressions video or anything like that. And just to be clear, before I continue with the video, I have not played or really seen much of what the console version of this game looks like. This is strictly going off what I've played on PC for the 3 to 4 hours I've put in the game. Now keep in mind there are a lot of cutscenes in the game, and especially in the beginning, so maybe I haven't seen that much gameplay yet, but I'm about 4 hours in, and the game is kind of messy. So one of the first problems I noticed in the game was when you start the game on Steam, it gives you the options, like it gives you like start the game, options, and some other stuff. And then you can start the game. If you start the game and decide to go into options from there, you can't click anything, like it doesn't work. It seems like the options menu is actually under the screen, and I can't actually access any of the hotkey buttons or anything like that. It's just like I need to edit the options in the pre-screen, right? When you hit it play on Steam, there's the pre-screen. I need to edit the options there because you can't actually edit the options in game. So I actually have to quit if I need to change something. So that was one of the first things I've noticed. The game also crashes quite a bit. I've had the game crash on me about 4 times, which if you want to do law of averages, that's at least once per hour. You know, you'll just be sitting there playing, and the next thing you know, boom, you're at your desktop, and the game is missing. The game just fucking said, fuck you, I'm out, and just crashes on you. So that's another thing that bothers me. I also noticed there's a little bit of issues with the sound design. I'm not sure if it's on purpose, and like I said, I don't know if it's like this on consoles, but I'll notice some areas where you run or you walk, you don't hear the footsteps, but in other areas you do. I've also noticed that there was a scene when it was raining, and I was inside a house, and I didn't hear any rain outside. I could just see it. I didn't hear it hitting, you know, the wood awning over the house or the ground. But when I went outside, I heard the rain, you know, hitting the ground. Like, it was weird. Like, I would go onto something just for some cover, and I wouldn't hear the rain. But when I would leave the cover and go outside, there the rain is. So I'm not sure if it's like that on console, like I said, but it's another thing I've noticed. The cutscenes look fantastic, right? The cutscenes look really, really good.
Hey, look! He's got a gun!
The cutscenes look fantastic. They just look so good. And then you play the game, and it looks like shit. Like, not for nothing, the rear view mirror in the game looks like something out of PS2. Like, it looks really, really tacky, and I honestly feel, this is my honest opinion, I feel the game wasn't ready. I feel the game was rushed. I feel like there was still a lot of work to do. And, you know, they said fuck it, and they released it. You know, this is, a lot of people are saying this is why they don't pre-order games, and they're absolutely right. The game's not ready. The game crashes on PC. One of the 3 major platforms it is inferior on. It is not ready to be played on that platform, which is the PC. If there's anything to go by from what my experiences are, the audio is all out of whack. There's a lot of issues with the audio. You know, when Lincoln dies, I've died quite a bit. When Lincoln dies in the game, his character kind of like, you know, tenses up, like when you kill a roach, like with spray or something. Like he like tenses up, and then he just like falls down, and then he like hovers a little bit over the ground. Like the death scenes look like really like crappy. I don't know. This is just things I've noticed. You know, I'm sure there are other problems with the game. I'm not sure if anybody else has noticed these issues, but these are things I've noticed. And that's what really sucks, you know. It feels like part of the game is there, and then the rest of it's not. Like, it feels like it's an incomplete game. Like the music is great, you know. The storyline is pretty good so far, really good so far. The cutscenes are great, you know. The transitions are great, but then you actually get to the game part of the game, and it's like, where was what we had before? Where's the cutscene type graphics, you know? And I don't mean like, you know, not every game can match up to its cutscenes. Obviously, that's ridiculous. But the fact that the cutscenes look so good and the game doesn't look that good, it's such a noticeable difference that it's just like, what happened? Like, what happened? I don't know. The game definitely doesn't feel ready to me. I feel like the game needed a little bit more time in the oven. But that's just me. This is some of the issues I've noticed. What do you guys think? Have you noticed any issues? Are you playing Mafia 3? And if you are, what are some problems you're having? You know, I was one of my videos I made about when I made the video that it was locked at 30 frames a second. That's another issue too. that the game's locked at 30 frames a second on PC. Somebody commented that the game, Mafia games always look like this and they always do things like that. I don't recall Mafia 2 being like this. I think Mafia 2 was great looking game for when it came out. You know, maybe I expect too much. You know, maybe because of Grand Theft Auto, I expect too much. You know, because when I was driving and I hit another car, I looked at my car and I seen there was no car damage. I was like, oh, come on, how is there no car damage? Maybe I expect too much. Maybe it's just me. But at the end of the day, I don't think so, because these are next-gen video games. We are in Gen 8. These are PS4, Xbox One, PC. These games should be where they need to be. You know, Grand Theft Auto's been out since PS3. So the fact that I'm sitting here saying maybe I'm expecting too much, it might not even be the right term, because Grand Theft Auto's been out for so long. Yeah, the budget's bigger. Yeah, they're better developers over at Rockstar. But no car damage. Come on, no car damage. That was another thing that threw me off. I couldn't believe I didn't see car damage after hitting 2 or 3 cars. My car was still perfectly fine. But like I said, maybe it's just me. I don't know. Could be. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Anyway, guys, what do you think? This is Demon Ralph signing out.